Good evening, everyone. I will call the Newtown Township Board of Supervisors meeting to order. It is Monday, December 30th. We did not meet in executive session this evening. We will skip down to the call to order. I don't know if Mr. Neese, do you want me to do
Mr.
that?
Altieri,
Up here.
Ms. Roberts Lightcap,
Here.
Mr. Russo,
Here.
Ms. Chanlis,
Here.
Mr. San Francisco.
Here.
I know that your solicitor is here and your manager is here. I'm not sure about your engineer.
I'm no engineer.
Engineer's not here now.
Okay,
We will now move down to the moment of silence and pledge of allegiance. And we'll stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, section 5.1. Can I get a motion to approve the agenda as presented?
So moved.
Second.
Motion is made by Supervisor Roberts Lightcap, seconded by Supervisor San Francisco. Is there any board comment? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Section 6, public comment for agenda items only. If there's any residents or taxpayers who have any public comment for an agenda item, please go to the podium and state your name and address for the record.
Louis Rosenthal, 20 Harrison Drive. I'm both a resident and a taxpayer. Wanted to make a comment on your resolution, agenda item 11, which is tangentially related to 10.3. I'm gonna make a positive comment on your ability to go to the Delaware Valley Regional Finance Authority. This is a really good financing vehicle. Of all of the borrowers on the books last year, probably 95 or 100 local government units here in Delaware County, across the whole Delaware Valley borrowed. Only 5 of them were rated AAA, and our township was one of them. So I would offer my congratulations to you guys. I think talking about having great bond ratings is one thing. This probably saves our township easily $35,000-$40,000 a year just in interest expense. So I'm glad you were able to put the new fire truck into that borrowing entity. And thank you.
Thank you. Any other resident or taxpayer with public comment? Okay, we will now move down to section 7, appointment to boards and commissions, 7.1. Can I get a motion approving the resignation of John Rice from the Shade Tree Commission with a term that will expire on 12/31/2027?
So moved.
Second.
Motion is made by Supervisor San Francisco, seconded by Supervisor Roberts Lightcap. Is there any board discussion? Just want to say thank you to John for his service. I think he was one of the inaugural members to the Shade Tree Commission. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 All opposed? Motion carries. Section 8, payments, 8.1. Can I get a motion approving the $2,950 payment, the 80% reimbursement payment to Patrolman Collin Crow for satisfactorily meeting the fall 2024 semester requirements as indicated in the collective bargaining agreement?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion is made by Supervisor Roberts Lightcap, seconded by Supervisor Chanlis. Is there any board discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Section 9, bills, 9.1. I have reviewed the bills and I'll make a motion approving the bills on check register A dated December 20th, 2024, totaling $692,668.40. Is there a second?
Second.
Motion is made by the chair, seconded by Supervisor Robert Lightcap. Is there any board discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye. Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. 9.2. I have reviewed the bills and I'll make a motion approving the bills on check register A dated December 30th, 2024, totaling $13,089.61. Is there a second?
Second.
Motion is made by the chair, seconded by Supervisor Roberts Lightcap. Is there any board discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye. Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Section 10, new business, 10.1. Can I get a motion ratifying the execution of all 2025 insurance plan renewals by the township manager?
So moved.
Second.
Motion is made by Supervisor San Francisco, seconded by Supervisor Chandlis. Is there any board discussion? Mr. Neese, do you have anything you want to supplement or add to this?
I do not. I would just say that this is our normal yearly renewal. They require that it be signed prior to the end of the year. At this point, at the time in which I signed it, we didn't know that we were going to have this meeting. So therefore, I signed it on your behalf and moved us forward to make sure we had insurance.
Any other comments from the board? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 All those opposed? Motion carries. 10.2, can I get a motion authorizing a new agreement to supply electricity with Constellation Energy on behalf of Newtown Township and the Newtown Township Municipal Authority?
So moved. Second.
Motion is made by Supervisor Roberts Lycap, seconded by Supervisor Chandlis. Is there any board discussion? Mr. Neese, can you talk on this?
I can. So on this one, what's important is to understand that we typically enter into an agreement with Constellation. I believe we've done it at least twice prior in my time here for electricity services, not only for ourselves, but also the municipal authority. By going together, we get a better rate. Currently, rates for PICO are 9.1 cents a gallon, or not a gallon, I'm sorry, a kilowatt hour. And we would recommend us going with the 3-year agreement, which, and I'm trying to pull that up real quick here. Hold 1 second, please. If George is there and has the numbers, I'd appreciate it if has them in hand. I'm having a hard time pulling them up here. Hold on a second.
Certainly. And actually, if you can pull them up on the screen, there should be an attachment under that agenda item. There's Constellation Energy, 10.2. And if you could expand that so that they could see the green section. So the opportunities for it would be a 1-year agreement for electricity, which would be essentially 8.1 cents a kilowatt hour. We could do a 2-year or 24-month one for 8.49 cents a kilowatt hour, or a 36-month one for 8.65 cents per kilowatt hour.
And our recommendation, okay, yeah, go ahead.
So again, the PICO price to compare is 9.1 cents at this point. They reevaluate every 3 months. So in February, PICO is going to reevaluate again. And I can't imagine in February that it's going to go down.
So is there a recommendation with regards to the time frame?
Yes, our recommendation is to go with the 3-year agreement to take the benefit of that dollar value, but also knowing there's still some volatility in that market. And so that's what our recommendation is as staff.
Okay. How long was the agreement for the, you said that we've done it before, we're currently in one right now. How long was that agreement for?
The last agreement was 5 years.
5-year one, okay. And even locking in for that long of a term, we still saw savings. It's not like there was anything. Or I guess you
Yeah, well, to give you an idea, when we locked in last time for 5 years, I think we locked in, was it 5.4 cents a kilowatt hour that we've been paying?
So there's actually been 3 cycles that we've locked into. The last one, which was 5 years, was 5.1 cents. The one prior to that was 6.1 cents, and the one prior to that was 7.5 cents. So it lands in that general area.
All right. Steve, do you have anything else you want to add, or are you good?
No, that's it, unless the board has further questions.
Is there any questions from the board? All right. All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 All opposed? Motion carries. 10.3, which is why I think everybody's here. Can consider approving the purchase of a new custom fire truck for the Township Volunteer Fire Company at a cost of $1,223,164.38.
So moved.
Second.
Motion was made by Supervisor San Francisco, seconded by Supervisor Roberts Lake. Is there any board discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, motion carries. We will, well, there's only one other motion, so we'll go to 10.4. I get a motion approving the 2025 committed and assigned fund balance as stated in the attached memo from the Township Manager and Finance Director.
So moved.
Second.
Motion was made by Supervisor Chandler, seconded by Supervisor Russo. Is there any board discussion? Steve, you want to add anything to this?
I don't need to add anything. I'm happy to provide clarification if anybody needs clarification, but basically this is a requirement for the audit on how we're going to use funds in the future based on projects that we know are going to happen. And so committed is an action that the board takes, and only the board can take. Assigned, either the staff and or the board could take. You've opted for the board to take the level of assigned. And so those are the projects that we had listed there, allocating money from both the general fund and the capital fund for projects that we know are going to exist in 2025 or that have not completed from 2024 that will complete in 2025.
To be clear, this is from the general and capital funds, correct?
That is correct.
Any board questions? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 All those opposed? Motion carries. Section 11, resolutions of legislation in action. Consider approving resolution 2024-34. And I will read that resolution. It's a resolution 2024-34, resolution to approve the 2024 Delaware Valley Regional Finance Authority fire truck reimbursement loan not to exceed $1,240,000. Whereas the Township of Newtown, Delaware County, Pennsylvania intends to purchase a new engine rescue truck to be utilized by the Newtown Square Fire Company. Now therefore, in consideration of the above, the Board of Supervisors of the Township of Newtown does hereby resolve as follows. 1, the 2024 Delaware Valley Regional Finance Authority fire truck reimbursement loan not to exceed $1,240,000 is hereby approved, and the Township Manager is hereby authorized to sign such documents and make any necessary arrangements to facilitate this loan. Resolved this 30th day of December 2024, and that is my motion.
Second.
Motion is made by the chair, seconded by Supervisor Roberts Lake. Is there any board discussion? I think the only thing I would like to add here, and I know this is a special meeting, and so we want to get going, is that this board is extremely appreciative of the hard work of our volunteer men and women from the fire company. We appreciate everything that you all do for the community. This is another good cooperative sort of situation that we have established over the years, understanding that emergency services is something that we are required to provide under the NPC, and you all provide it at an extreme value to our community. And so being able to purchase this fire truck for the fire company so that you can continue to provide that high caliber level of service to our community is something that this board is extremely appreciative of. And I know that the residents are as well. So we thank you. It's always easy when it's for you guys. Just don't get too greedy with it on that. And so with that, is there any other board comments or anything?
I just want to ride on it when it gets.
There it is. All those in favor?
Just real quick, Leonard, I just want to make sure everybody understands that this is just the reimbursement agreement. There will be an action that you will take in the next 60 days to actually take out that loan. But I just want everybody to understand that this is just the reimbursement agreement that you're putting in place so we can go ahead and get that fire truck purchased and get that started.
I still want to ride.
Yeah.
That's a no.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those
Aye.
opposed? Motion carries unanimously. We'll now move down to section 12, board comment. Is there any board member who wants to provide any comment? Section 13, public comment. Any members of the public who wish to provide any public comment, please go to the podium, state your name and address for the record. Oops, sorry about that.
I assume it's on the green light. All right. So Christopher Young, I reside at 11 Springton Point Drive, taxpayer. Proud resident of the township.
You say proud taxpayer too? Is that what
Yeah,
that was?
well, I didn't say that, but anyway. But I just personally want to thank you for your support of the fire company, this purchase of the truck, so we can continue to give quality service to the township. And also, you know, it's the fortitude and planning that eventually one day we probably won't be a volunteer department. You know, hopefully it's many moons down the road, but I think it's a very good partnership in preparing for that transition whenever it may happen. Hopefully it's several years down the road. But I just want to thank you all very much for your support, and we really truly appreciate everything you do for us. Thank you.
Any other public comment? All right, this meeting is adjourned. Thank you, everyone.